Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. They've already gone so far on Twist of Faith on Z-Word, and I'm certain that you guys have been watching on Z-Word while I was away. So I feel like we should just start from this episode. Keep on watching. Priyanka warned Rishi and told him that bad thing would happen with his family. Rishi tells her that everything has ended between them and now there's nothing left. Priyanka asks him to listen to her. Rishi slaps her and tells her that he would forget her like a bad incident, and he asks her to just remember this slap. Priyanka asks him to listen to her, but Rishi pushes her away and he leaves. Priyanka said to herself that she is Rishi's life's biggest mistake and Rishi would be punished for this. Rambo tells Aryan that he likes short skirts. Aryan comes there and asks if he is going to wear it. Rambo says no and says that he was talking to Mommy and Prachi, and both of them think that he is a very good guy. Aryan says that it is a good thing. Rambo says that he wants to be a bad boy and not good, and he asks Aryan to look at himself and says that he is very boring. But Aryan says that he is not boring, and Rambo asks him about his girlfriend. Aryan says that he doesn't have now, and Rambo says that good boys don't have any girlfriends, and girls like him because he has a bad boy image. Aryan says that even him wants to make a bad boy image, and Rambo says that the bad boy image is slipping from his hand, and he asks Aryan what to do. Aryan says that if Rambo had scolded Prachi rather than taking a stand for her, then he would have continued to be a bad boy, and Rambo says that it is wrong because he would have taken stand for any other girl too. Aryan says that he knows that Rambo likes Prachi and wants to make a good image in her presence, and he says again that Rambo likes Prachi. And Rambo asks himself if he truly likes Prachi. Shahana comes to Prachi and asks if she is searching for Rambo and maybe she is missing him, and Prachi says that she was searching for Ria. Shahana asks if Prachi had forgotten what Ria said at the party, and she reminds Prachi that it was Rambo that took a stand for her. Shahana also says that she said to her friends that Prachi and Rambo are best friends, and Prachi asks what? And she asks Shahana not to tell anyone that again because people would think differently. Rambo tells Aryan that Prachi is just his employee, and Aryan says that Rambo is making the same old excuses, and Rambo says that he can see that Prachi is different from other girls, and she has something that others don't have, and that is why he always feels protective towards her, and Aryan says you feel protective, and Rambo asks Aryan not to tell anyone. Aryan then suggests to Rambo to be good with Prachi and be bad with other girls, and Rambo says that he is going to meet with his bad friends so that he can be influenced, and Aryan teased him saying that he would tell Prachi. Shahana tells Prachi that if Rambo doesn't propose to Prachi, then she would personally propose to him, and Prachi says that Rambo is good, but Shahana should stop thinking about him. Priyanka comes near the cliff and looks down. She thinks that Rishi pushed her to do this by saying that he would forget about her, but she would do something that Rishi would never forget, and Rishi will be punished all his life, and he will spend his entire life in the court and jail after her death. Abhi at home thinks that he doesn't want Priyanka to meet Rishi again. Priyanka writes a suicide note and keep it near the cliff, and what she wrote was that she is sorry for giving Abhi pain, and she knows that all his pain would go with her death, and she throws the suitcase from the cliff, and she was about to jump down as well. Rishi comes home and Pragya scolds him and asks that why did he go there and what did Priyanka do this time, and Rishi says that Priyanka did the same madness, and first she played the marriage mantra on her mobile phone and she started taking him round to take the wedding vow, and Pragya gets angry and says that she will talk to Priyanka's chacha, that is Abhi. Pragya says that she knows people like Priyanka, and Disha's life was ruined because of a lady that she knows who have the same character as Priyanka. Ritik comes to Disha and praises her smile, and he tells her that he couldn't sleep. Disha asks him to tell her what happened to him, and Ritik says that there is a secret in him which makes him cry when he's alone. Disha asks Ritik to tell her what the secret is, and Ritik asks Disha to share with him why she cries being alone, and says that he saw her going to the Mera mansion, and he asks if Purab Khanna is her ex-husband, and Disha gets teary eyes. Ritik says that he knew it that Purab is Disha's ex-husband, and Ritik gets teary eyes too. Disha says that she lied to Purab that she and Ritik are in a relationship because she didn't want Purab to know that she still loves him, and she told Ritik that she needs to go. Ritik says that Purab knows everything when he picked Veronica's call on Disha's phone, and Purab realized that Veronica is his girlfriend and there's nothing between him and Disha was shocked and she leaves. Pragya calls on Purab's phone and Pion picks the call and says that he is not in the office. Abhi comes to the cliff and sees Priyanka's scarf hanging on the tree, and he finds the suicide note as well, and he reads the note which says that she is leaving from the world because she had given him a lot of trouble and now he will be relieved, and Abhi shouts Priyanka. Abhi comes to Pragya's house and rings the bell continuously. Rishi opens the door and Abhi asks what he said to Priyanka, and Rishi says that Priyanka had called him but he didn't say anything to her. Abhi says that Priyanka said that it was Rishi that called her to the cliff, and he asks that what did Rishi say to her that made her committed suicide. Rishi and Pragya were shocked hearing that Priyanka committed suicide, and Abhi asked Pragya if she was about to come to the cliff, and Pragya says that she stopped because Rishi came back home, and Abhi asked Pragya to tell him the truth and asks if Pragya is supporting Rishi, and Pragya asks that what is he saying, and Abhi says that he has read the suicide note and it was written clearly that Rishi insulted Priyanka badly, and that was why Priyanka is committing suicide, and Rishi was shocked. Pragya told Abhi that Priyanka cannot die. Abhi says that she is dead because he read her letter and she has written clearly that Rishi had come to apologize to her, but he insulted her and made her commit suicide. Rishi says that he would call Priyanka and she must be at the cliff and she can't commit suicide. Abhi takes the phone from Rishi's hand and asks him to come with him, and he drags him out and Pragya goes with them. Aliyah comes to Disha's house and asks if she would not welcome her. Disha says that only invited guests are welcome and not uninvited guests. Aliyah says that she doesn't know what to do to Disha for coming into her life because Disha is the second woman and also the fallen woman. Disha asks Aliyah to mind her language, but Aliyah threatens Disha to stay away from her husband and stop dreaming to get him. Aliyah asks Disha to stay away or else bad thing would happen with her, and Disha asks Aliyah if she is threatening her, and Aliyah says that she is sure that Disha know what she has done to get Purab when he was not his wife, and Aliyah asks Disha to think about what she can do now that Purab is her husband and they have a son together, so Disha should stay away from Purab, and she leaves. Rishi brings Abhi and Pragya to the place near the cliff, and he says that Priyanka was there earlier, but Abhi says that he is scared that something has happened to Priyanka, and Rishi tells Pragya that Priyanka is trapping him again because if she really committed suicide, then she would have moved the burning sticks, and he regrets coming to meet her earlier and he should have listened to Pragya. Abhi gets a call from the inspector and he tells Rishi and Pragya that he filed an FIR report against Rishi. Disha comes to Purab's office and asks Pion about him. Pion says that he is going to his office and Disha goes to Purab's office, and Purab was surprised to see Disha and he says sorry to Disha for what happened at the Diwali night. Disha says she is here to ask Purab why all these things happens to her because since she met Purab again, something always happens to her daily. Purab asks that what has happened, and Disha says that Purab has troubled her a lot, and she asks Purab that did she give him any indication that she wants to come back to him, and Purab says that he clearly knows that Disha doesn't have any relationship with Ritik. Disha says that she is not Purab's wife and Purab should not care if she lie or say the truth because she is happy without Purab, and Purab asks if Disha came to tell him this, and Disha says that she has already made it clear to Purab that she doesn't want him in her life, and she asks Purab to go home and tell his wife Aliyah that she is not interested in him. Disha says that she let Aliyah say anything to her this time, but next time, if Aliyah comes to her house again, she would file a harassment case against her, and this is applicable to Purab as well. At the cliff, the police comes to the cliffside and Abhi tells the police that Priyanka committed suicide because of Rishi, but Pragya says that Abhi cannot say that Priyanka committed suicide because he is not sure and Priyanka must have gone somewhere. Abhi says that Priyanka has written a letter, and Abhi asks Pragya to pray that nothing happens to Priyanka. Aryan and Rambro comes back on playing, and Aryan mentioned Prachi's name, and Rambro says Prachi, and he steps on the ball and falls down, and Prachi laughs seeing Rambro falling down, and Rambro looks at her while a song plays at the background. Prachi helps Rambro get up, and she says that Rambro is heavy, and she asks Aryan if he sees how Rambro fell down, and Aryan says that Rambro fell down like Tom and Jerry, and Prachi says that it was very funny. Rambro asks Prachi if she came to meet him, and Prachi asks Aryan to make Rambro do something better, and Pallavi comes there and takes Prachi with her. Aryan asks Rambro that what happened, and he knows that Prachi likes his type of guys, but Prachi is like his sister, and Rambro says that Prachi is good, but she is not his type. At the cliff, Abhi asks the police to search for Priyanka, and Pragya says something and she quickly goes there. Abhi looks at Rishi, who panics, and Pragya saw something that was tucked in the tree. Abhi says that he told Rishi not to go near Priyanka, and he asks that how dare Rishi touch Priyanka, and Pragya stops Abhi and says that he is thinking wrong about Rishi, and as Abhi was about to attack Rishi, the police holds Abhi, and the police team tells Abhi that they found a suitcase but they couldn't find any dead body, and they said that they have to take Rishi to the police station. Pragya hopes that Priyanka is alive, and later, Priyanka was seen in the car driving it, and she recalls Rishi slapping her, and she thinks that everything would have been good between them. But why did Rishi bring Pragya between them? And now Rishi has forced her to also bring Chooks, that is Abhi, between them, and she would not go to jail, and she would not send Rishi to jail as well, but she will ruin Rishi's life. Priyanka says that she would write Rishi's life story, and he cannot do anything, and Rishi would not be arrested, but he would be going to the police station daily, and she would watch his life being ruined on TV and newspapers, and nobody will be able to marry Rishi again. And she wears her goggles and comes to a hotel, and she thinks that the hotel is not up to her standard, and she was about to leave. The receptionist asks Priyanka how she may help her, and Priyanka says that she can't stay here because it is shady and dirty, and the receptionist says that she is new here, and the manager gives room to anyone without ID, and that was why the hotel is like that, but she is here now to make things right. And Priyanka says that she would like to lodge in a room, and the receptionist asks for Priyanka's ID, and Priyanka writes Seema as her name. Pragya got to the police station, and she asks Abhi where Rishi is, and the police constable bring Rishi there, and Rishi says that he arrived late at the police station, and Pragya says that but Rishi left before her with the police, and the inspector says that they stopped on the way to question Rishi. Abhi asks that what did Rishi told the police, and the inspector says that Rishi told them some things, and it was like a story, and according to Rishi, Priyanka is mad about him, and she wanted to marry him, and Priyanka tried to marry him by force, and Abhi says that what proof does Rishi have, because he has told the police earlier what was written in Priyanka's letter, and the inspector says that Abhi did not show them any letter, because he has lost the letter, and the truth is complicated, and Abhi asks if Rishi would not be arrested now, and Pragya says no, Rishi would not be arrested because he has not done anything wrong. Thank you so much guys for watching this video till the end, and please, in case you notice that the voice was not sounding right, like my voice was off in this video, yes, I'm so sorry about that. That was because my recording mic got spoiled, so I just ordered for another one. So please just bear with me till when the one that I ordered for would arrive. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next update. Bye guys.